Okay. Hi, everyone. Can everyone let me know if they can hear me? Um, I'll put the music down a little bit. Hi, hello, everyone. So nice to finally talk to everyone this week. If you're new to Global Hack Week, hello, welcome. Sorry about the technical difficulties we've been having this morning. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and pull up also the check-in link for everyone. I know that we're all super excited to get some swag this week too. Yeah, and I hope everyone, not sure if everyone tuned into the Wix workshop, but I hope that was also helpful, informative. I just dropped the links to check in down below. So yeah, make sure to go to the link, check in, make sure you get your points for Global Hack Week this weekend. Yeah, I am so excited to be talking to you all about my just basically how I've been developing for nonprofits. It's something that I'm really passionate about, and because of Social Good Week, I thought this was the perfect time to do that. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and once again, my slides are not working, but we are gonna go ahead and fix that. Let's see here. But yeah, I hope if everyone could tell me how things have been going. Yes, I'll do a formal introduction. I have some slides that I want to show you all, so I'm gonna go ahead and share those. But I will be seeing if I can get these downloaded. Want to download these as slides. Okay. Yes, 1 second. Okay, but yeah, tell me how everything has been going with all of you. I'm super excited to hear about how everyone's week has been going. Hopefully it's been okay. Also, I am using, I recently got a new computer, and I have been, I'm able to connect basically, I have been able to connect my phone as my camera, so we're like in HD quality right now. It's a little weird for me personally, but it's hype. I'm excited. And okay, all right. Yes, I have almost my slides done. Okay, awesome. All right. Okay, but yes, so sorry about the technical difficulties. We'll go ahead and get started. All right, there are only a few. We're almost there. Oh yes, good night to everyone leaving. Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty late across the world. Thanks so much for stopping by though. Okay, yes, hi. I'm gonna stop the music. If you've been to my streams before, you know that I sometimes have the music on, but it's super quiet usually. All right, yes, hello. Nice to meet you all. I'm Ellie. This stream is going to be basically about how I started developing for nonprofit organizations. But yeah, let's go ahead and do a little intro about me. So, hi, I'm Ellie. I'm a junior student at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I'm studying information sciences, human-computer interaction, and game studies and design. So human-computer interaction is my concentration here in college, and then game studies and design is my minor. So just a few credits of those as well that I'm taking the time to learn and really understand how to like game development and such. So super, super exciting. Yeah, go Leonard! Yeah, I I love it here. Anyways, yeah, so I previously been an intern at IBM doing marketing and communications there. So I'm basically all over the board. I really love internet, like digital design, internet creativity, just basically expressing that in every single way possible. Um, and it's been such a fun ride. And I'm so excited to tell you all about it, especially this weekend being or this week being Social Good Week. Uh, I was especially excited for this because this is everything that I do. But yes, so definitely let me know if you have questions on my background. I can go into more detail about that. But this basic intro about me, yeah, I'm currently an MLH coach now. So I last or this weekend, quite literally, I was just at UW Madison, just 4 hours up north from me. And it was an amazing, wonderful hackathon. So just had a lot of fun, and we'll be supporting digital events next month. So won't be traveling, but it'll be super fun still to be doing first party hackathons here with MLH too, if you haven't heard about those. But yes, yeah, I'll talk a little bit about how I got started. So in 2018, 2019, 2020, I was a high schooler. So starting from sophomore, junior year, around there is when I started getting into the nonprofit space. So as I was thinking about college and where I wanted to go, I was like, okay, I need to start doing things that are going to reflect like what I like, right? So this has been STEM education, providing resources for underprivileged high schools or underprivileged communities such as mine when I was growing up. And I wanted to provide more resources for them. And through that, I knew that many student-led nonprofits sort of gave me that opportunity. So yes, so during Hack Guild, I met a girl who was just a year older than me, and she was already leading her own nonprofit. So I was like, wow, this is so cool. And that was through Hack Guild. And through there also, Michael, a previous MLH coach, was also a part of that, a part of Hack Guild as well. So I got to learn about MLH back in 2018, which was really fun. And yeah, it was just super a fun experience. I'll talk a little bit about what I did for each of these. So for Hack Guild, I did PR and design. So definitely wasn't into coding as much, just because I wanted to be like a mechanical robotics engineer since I was very young, probably 13 or 14. So I really wasn't sure what I really wanted to be doing in terms of coding or tech, at least back then. So I wanted to do the things that I like doing for fun, which was graphic design or designing, or I really loved the marketing aspect of everything. So PR and design was what I did at Hack Guild for a little bit. Then I started getting busy, but I still at the same time was doing Steam On. So Steam On, it was actually created by, I think, Zoe Simon, and she's currently a sophomore at Princeton right now. So she's definitely killing it on top of her game. And she started Steam On as well. So definitely just meeting amazing like student leaders throughout my time in the nonprofit space, especially for STEM. So yes, so the middle one there is Steam On. And for that one, I was also doing like graphic design, marketing, just creating resources for students who were interested or wanted to go into STEM, such as me. So it was super exciting, and I had a really fun time learning about sort of, okay, what is gonna work for someone who is in this community versus another community, things like that. So graphic design and marketing for CMON was something that I really enjoyed doing as well. And it was only for a couple months, but definitely was something that I enjoyed. And then getting into what was then STEM chats. So STEM chats is really, I think, a really big part of my life because this happened right before COVID. So I joined, I believe, January 2020. And in January 2020, that was before COVID happened, or at least in the United States. So I was learning through there HTML, CSS, JavaScript later that year. But previously for that, I was also basically sort of like a person on the team who creates the programs for the in-person teachings that we were going to do in Chicago. So that was like our plan. That was what we wanted to do starting March. We wanted to go around to different schools and contact different schools and just basically put on like different workshops for them that didn't have STEM programs or didn't know what that was about. So I was just collaborating with schools, creating like slideshows, resources. All right, let's start doing like, let's learn how to code or learn about like what different like research is going on in these fields, things like that. So it wasn't just coding, it was like biology, math. It was a lot of things. So I was definitely, it was super, super exciting for that as well. And it was going to be amazing until COVID happened. So I wasn't able to do that anymore, unfortunately, but it was still a great time for me to learn about the things that, like, okay, I know that I liked program management. That was something that is what that was. And that was something really cool. I loved the logistics of everything. But then as I got into coding later that summer, right before I was going to start school in fall of 2021, I was like, okay, I think I want to start doing software and sort of practice these like websites that I was like building for hackathons, for MLH hackathons. And then I was like, okay, I think I want to start maybe getting some more experience with that, like hands-on in something on a project that's going to be impactful. So then that's when I learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Our backend used Firebase for our, we used to give out like weekly newsletters. So Firebase was like our database that we were using, and then Bootstrap was like our UI library. Yeah, it was really fun, and I learned literally the basics through that, which was, it was really fun. And I guess I don't talk about it that much like on previous streams, but that was something that I really enjoyed. And like, I guess like learning those tools like so, or I guess young for me was very exciting. But yeah, and then I'll go into depth a little bit about what I'm doing now as a college student who's just a couple of years away from graduating. I attended UIUC, so the university I'm at, and this is essential because I joined an organization on campus that is also a nonprofit. UIUC is just a chapter of Hack for Impact, which is our umbrella sort of nonprofit. So Hack for Impact itself is also a 501c3. And this is where I got to meet a community of people just like me who wanted to build software for social good. So in Hack for Impact, I had the privilege to work on an amazing, wonderful project that I'll talk about in a second. But it was through there that I got connected to many industry professionals, what it was like working in an industry sort of setting, environment, sort of like it was almost like a startup in a way that, you know, things are moving really fast, and sometimes there's extra work that has to be done. Sometimes there's extra days where you have to code outside of like the set meeting time, things like that. So it's definitely, Hack for Impact is a really big part of my university life. And it's not only at UIUC, it's currently in progress, I believe, at Princeton. I know there's one. I know University of Pennsylvania, I think, started the chapters. There's Georgia Tech. So there's a lot of computer science schools that have Hack for Impact. I know also there are similar branches of Hack for Impact to like I know there's Code for Change at USC, so they work similar to having like working with clients or nonprofit clients to build something impactful. So yeah, so let me talk to you a little bit about the app that I worked on, 7,000 Languages. So yes, so we have a student view and a contributor view. And basically what 7,000 Languages is, they're a nonprofit dedicated to language revitalization. And through that, how they work is they're able to talk to community leaders of the languages that they are trying to conserve. And then through our app, they're able to actually create lessons for not just the community, but anyone else who wants to learn that particular indigenous language. And the reason they're called 7,000 languages is because there's approximately 7,000 languages in the world. So it's very cool. It's something that's like, you know, putting a number to that is insane. And almost half of them are endangered. So, 7,000 Languages works to preserve as much as we can because not only with language, like there's also culture and just like years and, decades and centuries of background that belongs to that language. So if they are endangered and they cease to exist, that culture goes along with them. So yeah, that's something why I was incredibly excited to work on this app in particular. Yes, for tech stack. We used React Native because we wanted this to be something that we're able to, that was something that we wanted to have so that not many students or individuals across the globe have access. Like the standard is usually an Android, right? Or like something like an Android device. So it's something like we wanted to make an app that is going to be mobile responsive for any device that anyone has. So we went with React Native. Our database is MongoDB. And we're currently using, I believe, AWS to just image storing. So yeah, it was pretty good. Our UI library was native based. And yeah, I think that covers tech stack. But yes, and Redux for state management. But yeah, so basically, yeah, we have two different views of the app. So student view is a learner can log into the app, search through courses published by contributors. And the contributor view is where, again, like the contributor can provide courses, units, lessons, and vocabulary items. So yeah, and it was an amazing project to work on. And we actually are open source. So everything that you kind of saw right there is something that is available on our Hack for Impact UIUC 7,000 Languages GitHub. So yeah, that's all online to see individual contributions. I worked primarily for this application like on the front end for it. So I did like updating units, courses, and lesson names and descriptions. So if a contributor wanted to go in and edit that, they can. And that directly translates to what the student view looks like too. So definitely, it was a huge technical challenge. We actually worked on this for a typical semester in Hack for Impact. Is we worked in probably like 10 weeks, I believe. So that was something that we had to keep in mind. But in the 10 weeks, we weren't able to, of course, develop both of these views. So we had to extend it for another semester. So this took about 20 weeks, maybe including our tech leads individual contributions, I believe probably closer to 30 or 35 weeks of just how we wanted this app to look like. Yeah, I can for sure share that link. But yeah, in this slide you can see here is um, some of the student view has different like activities that is sort of actually still in development because the student activities is like we're not trying to build a Duolingo. This is more of like how can individuals use like this learning language or this course to use it in their everyday life. Oh, good night. Bye. Thanks for checking in. And yeah, so you're able to, as a contributor, manage lessons, courses, units, things like that. So super complex app. I'm gonna also go ahead and drop the link of um, sort of more information if you want to learn a little bit more of not only just like um, the app, but there's more screens available if you like to see sort of what that looks like too, specifically for this project. And Hack for Impact not only just did this project, but we also did um, what's it called a other projects with other nonprofits, either closer to us like in Chicago or globally like YMCA. But yeah, no, and we actually submitted this to our nonprofit client, so it will be up pretty soon in like on the App Store. So that's super exciting, and especially exciting for me because I went ahead and like made buttons on here. Like I went ahead and worked on um like local storage and like Redux state management, and how is that something that is going to be now accessible to the world. So I don't know about you, but I've never published an app before. So this is super exciting that it's going to be something that people genuinely are using across the world. And to know that I had a part in it was super exciting for me. But yeah, so this is our GitHub, and yeah, that's just a little bit more on that too. But yeah, if there are any questions, I'd love to hear a little bit about what, if anyone's curious about something, I know I'll go through some previous text here, comments. But yeah, no, just genuinely had an amazing time working on the app. But yeah, so app has amazing, elegant design. Yes, on Hack for Impact project teams, we have what are called product designers. So on there, our team had 3 product designers throughout the span of the 20 weeks that I mentioned. So they worked really hard to make sure that this app is user-friendly, accessible as much as possible, and just overall a great experience for someone trying to learn an indigenous or endangered language. Yes, React Native, yeah. Our tech lead talked a lot about how like React Native was definitely like the way to go. Flutter was a choice that could have been made, but it's just new syntax and a new language that we'd have to learn as developers, and especially considering our like time crunch of 10 weeks, because Hack for Impact, like as a standard, doesn't just go beyond that. We found that React Native was just JavaScript, and we're like, okay, we'll use that. And it worked out, I think, for the better. Yeah, amazing design, yes. But yeah, I had a question. How do you find nonprofits? Yes, okay, so yeah, we have a whole like product research committee in Hack for Impact. So what we do is we go ahead and just like as individuals in a committee, we go in and try to search online. We have tons of different websites of how you can find nonprofits to work with. So while this is something that like we do like on a team and we have like this whole entire structure, like nothing is really stopping anyone from going on and finding a nonprofit they really love, reaching out and being like, hey, I have an idea for you and would love to build it for you and see if this can be something that, you really like. Um, so that's personally something that I know that, could be really impactful for projects or nonprofits who don't or aren't technically like capable of having a project like that. So not only did we build like this external app for Hack for Impact and for 7,000, but for other nonprofits, we build internal tools to help facilitate their mission as much as possible. So yeah, finding nonprofits is basically just being like blank, blank, blank nonprofit in my city or nonprofit about blank or whatever mission you're interested in, things like that. So yeah, no, it's very cool and it's super exciting. Hack for Impact is actually like a national chapter, so I'm not sure how it works for, I guess, like individuals outside of the United States, but um, if you are located in the United States and you're part of your school and this sounds something interesting to you, you can reach out to the Hack for Impact National team and start your own chapter. I know NYU is currently working on their own chapter. In Princeton, I think they just did their first project team last semester. So it's definitely like a structured thing, and there's a whole entire process to becoming to have a Hack for Impact chapter at your school. But it's super impactful because you're able to, reach out to these nonprofits officially. Um, yeah, I'm from a no-code background. I built app design, so I may contribute for such gigs too. Yeah, I totally, definitely go for it. If you are interested in UX design and, want to reach out to a team of developers already at a nonprofit, that's something that you can do too. Yeah, I have no experience in web dev, but good command of React and Mongo. Can I contribute? Yeah, so I currently don't know. So the nonprofit currently is hiring or has hired developers that they are paying and giving money to as compensation to continue working on this application. So I don't believe that 7,000 languages or this app in particular is currently open to contribute to, but I know that you are able to. User testing is always essential and needed. So if for any reason you're very passionate about this app in particular or any other Hack for Impact projects, I know they are just available for you to see, like test it out on your phone, or if you download the repo, maybe put up some issues if there's something wrong with it. Like you're able to do that if you'd like. Yes, so if there is a nonprofit that say feeds underprivileged children here in India, how do I approach them for this? Yeah, where can I find a community such as Hack for Impact? Yeah, so I know that I'm personally not incredibly like familiar with something like that, but it's honestly like just how we reach out to nonprofits is literally is cold emailing. So we just do, hey, I am this and this person. We're part of this organization. We want to help you build software. I've built this, 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 and this previously. I would love to help you build this at no cost to you, or however you'd like to phrase that. But yeah, I don't think it limits you that you're not in college or anything. I think showing your past work, having like a solid like projects portfolio, really demonstrates that you have like that technical capability and want to help this nonprofit reach blank certain mission. Yes, so yeah, exactly. You can contribute no matter your skill level. I think it's pretty great having that thing where or open source on GitHub in particular is really great because yeah, you're able to play around with it and see what are the issues or what you like and don't like. But yeah, thank you so much for those questions. Yeah, no, this is again something super super great that I have loved doing. Unfortunately, this semester I wasn't able to continue on this project or the new nonprofit that we started working on. just because of time commitments and such. But it's definitely a great way to, I know, like, you know, get involved in the nonprofit space like this. So um, yeah, feel free to also leave any questions. If there's anything that you'd like to mention too, I can talk about. Yeah, I mentioned, I know the product research side of everything. Um, but yeah, no, this is something very, very exciting. Oh, I did not know something like this existed. It's not only for me to go make projects, but also work on a cause I care about. Yes, exactly. Um, I, yeah, this current project that I would have been working on or contributing to, I was, it's called ClearPath NYC. So that would have been a project where I would have contributed to working on creating a dashboard for homeless youth in New York City to go ahead and access resources that they can directly apply to through this platform. So yeah, and that's currently being built out. So I'm super excited for the team and what's to come forward. But it's definitely something super exciting that I'm very happy for them. It's unfortunate that I wasn't able to continue contributing on the project because of just college and life and time commitments. But yeah, doing streams like these still makes me involved in like what I really like doing and promoting nonprofits. Yeah, your students club at university count as a nonprofit. So if you can't find an org, check your uni clubs. Yes, exactly. So, yeah, or honestly, just make, there's always the thing of like just making a club of your own, be like, hey, I want to build nonprofit or software for nonprofits. And I can totally guarantee you that there are people out there who would love to also contribute to the cause. But yeah, this is great. I'm feeling inspired. I'm glad. I'm so, yeah, definitely check out all of the other Hack for Impact chapters too. So I plug UIUC because this is where I go to school. But there are so many other chapters that work on like just as impactful projects. And our current projects this semester are so great and exciting at Hack for Impact UIUC. So it's just a very amazing concept. It's great. Most of my school has City College Readers Club. Oh no. Yeah, no. If like you want to get started with like coding or something like that, like usually sometimes we can't think of project ideas or things like that. Like choosing a nonprofit and being like, hey, like here's a proof of concept that I can possibly create for you, and then doing that as a project could be something very cool as well. So yeah, just as like ideas and such. Good night, Ellie. I'm gonna sleep now. Oh yeah, no, that's okay. Thank you so much for stopping by, and all of you. I will be doing more streams later this week. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing Figma design, so it's very exciting. And yeah, thanks for sticking out and listening to the nonprofits that I've worked with. Yes, where people can contribute books, check out content. Yeah, exactly. No, so many ideas. Okay. Say, how do you decide on the software that you're making? On the thing of the nonprofit group that feeds kids. Do I need to think of a project idea myself? Thinking of an idea for them. Yeah, so this is actually really great. So so how we do it in Hack for Impact is we don't come up with a project idea. We're like, hey, we have the tools and resources to build you something. What are your pain points as an organization? Or what is something that is like can help push your mission even further? Like this is something that has been on the back of their minds for years. And then how can you go ahead and like speed that process up instantly. So that's exactly what happened with 7,000 languages. They're like, yeah, it takes so long it takes about 7 to 8 months for like connecting with a contributor, getting like information on the language, saying hi, saying bye, phrases, like all of that data collection takes years. And it's like, how can we make that from years to like weeks, right? And we decided, hey, this would be a great app where contributors can go ahead and just like put that in immediately. And not only that, 7,000 Languages is actually still working on what's it called? It's offline sync. So like sort of if anyone's ever used Notion, you know that you can still work Notion. Oh, good night. Thank you for stopping by. If you use Notion, you know that you're able to still type on the app, and then if you're not connected to Wi-Fi or Google, like if you're not connected to Wi-Fi, it'll still save what you wrote, and then once you're connected to Wi-Fi, it'll actually save to the cloud. So that's exactly how 7,000 Languages is on its way to working too. Like contributors can go ahead and still make progress on the app, and then save that offline, and then once they're online, because in places like India or like across the world, you're not able to, or like in rural areas, of course, you're not able to access Wi-Fi constantly. So that's why that offline storage is going to be important. So yes. So okay. Sorry. Yes. Went on a tangent there, but yeah. So thinking of a project idea, like we want to be able to like you have to definitely. We have an initial call with nonprofits, so we'll be like, yeah, okay, what's your nonprofit about? From our understanding, blah 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 blah. We understand that you do blah blah blah, and what are the ways that your nonprofit right now is currently struggling that can be solved with a tool that we can build, a nonprofit, things like that. So that's how personally I feel like how I decide on like the software that you make. It's really to also understand like the product side of things. So you're not just going to code something. You need to understand exactly what is the minimum viable product that you're going to be able to build out for someone. Or for this nonprofit. So we need like these features, the amount of time that you have, things like that. How long do they want this in? So yeah, just having like a plan is going to be important. And just understanding like, okay, from the product side of things, like what's a user going to want to need most with working or from the nonprofit, things like that. So it's a product thing, it's a tech thing, obviously, because it's the thing you're building, and it's also design because you want to be able to make it as accessible as possible. And now that we're talking about Social Good Week or being in Social Good Week here at MLH, accessibility is essential if you want people to be able to use your app and the more people as possible. But yes, the question doesn't have to be like why, like what do you need help with? It can be what's currently wrong right now. Like what is your nonprofit, what's things that like aren't making sense that could go a lot faster, but you're using Excel sheets, so things like that. So yeah, so yes, I hope that helps. Feel like mailing 100 nonprofits. Do you have any ideas minors can still contribute on stuff? I think so. I think it's definitely talking to a nonprofit, being like, hey, I'm a minor, I'm under 18, under 20. Is that going to be okay to like contribute? I think you should be good though. Remember the thing you can do is waste your presentation website. Don't have a platform presenting their work. Yeah, no, is exactly like even just like even just a static website. Sometimes it's like how we need to display like their information. Having that so people are going to be able to know about this. At a hackathon, just literally at UW Medicine this past weekend, someone built a platform for. They said it was like LinkedIn, but instead of you're looking for jobs, you're looking for volunteering opportunities. So you're able to post volunteering postings and then also post like you're able to like apply to these things or register. So that was something really cool that I guess would kind of be similar. Yes, educate yourself on the subject that the NGO works on. Super important. Yes, exactly, for sure. Definitely plus one, plus one. Like understanding exactly like how they work, and this can even be like sometimes your website or wherever you find this nonprofit doesn't have like that information available, so you don't really know that much about them. Just hopping on a call with them, like that's what we do at Hack for Impact. We go on a call, we talk about okay, we ask about the pain points, we ask about okay, like what is it that you do, how do you function, what is the hierarchy, things like that. So yes, definitely plus one to this. Star, 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 star. Um, knowing about that. Yes. How do I find more people for the whole thing? Terrible designing. But yeah, no, exactly. That's totally cool. I think definitely like this is something that you're able to, even do like remotely. I'm sure you're able to find like other people that you're like, hey, I'm building this app for a nonprofit. If you want design experience, product experience, like learning who to talk to by asking the right questions, you can definitely find people. Yeah, exactly. Find people on MLH community server for sure. Like especially now, hackers who are not have do not know about MLH and have heard of Global Hack Week, are passionate about social good, are probably joining this week for different streams and such. So if um, just yeah, I guess something like that. There are definitely people everywhere who want like more experience working on a real project that's going to be impactful. I think is going to also set you apart from just building like a project that is personal, if that makes sense. So it's definitely something distinguishable. But yeah, no, definitely for sure. It's a really good opportunity, and I hope many of you find want to be able to work on something like this or feel like they can have that. Yeah, see, there's team building going on right now. It's great. But yeah, how do I make this so? Okay. All right. Yeah. No. Thank you all so much for your questions. Just know that even after the stream, I'm still available. I'm Ellie from MLH on Discord. And you're able to come talk to me, come chill with me. I like friend request me or send me a message request. I'll be sure to respond if there's any additional questions too about getting involved in the nonprofit space. And while I did talk about the nonprofits that I worked with that are currently, I believe, not on. Oh, yeah. Okay. Some of these are currently like not active anymore. There are places that still have like I know thriving STEM science communities that you're able to join, even as a student, even as a minor. I was a minor when I did all these, so don't let that stop you ever. It's been super fun to do that, even when I was little. Terrible designing, come to your design stream. Yes, please do. Get some sleep though. You're always up. You're at any time. It'll be 3 in the morning. You're up. It'll be 3 p.m. and you're up. Take care. Take care of yourself. Yeah. I think I started Google Community for it. That'd be so cool. I think definitely, like once learning about this, it's like so hard. It's so hard to not go down the rabbit hole of like everything that's going on in the nonprofit world and community. But yeah, no, I have literally met people through like these organizations that I have on the screen. that quite literally are still my friends today. So you meet people who are incredibly passionate, supportive, and long-lasting, and it's great. It's awesome. But yes, promo to join my design stream. We're going to be making an accessible app, learning about Figma. I've done Figma tutorials or start make your first web app in Figma in the past, but this is going to be good because it's going to be teaching you how to make it accessible and checking that it's accessible, and then Figma plugins, things like that. It's going to be, you're going to learn so much more. It's going to be a little step up of intro, things like that. So just an FYI, but definitely we'll be having the making an accessible web app, and that's not even only that. You need to see me for this. It's not just gonna be that. It's gonna be also Kari from MLH, a new coach recently. You're gonna be able to meet her. She's gonna show you how to make it into an app. So the design is gonna go to an app, and you're gonna learn how to do that. So it'll be fun. It'll be a cool time, chill time, super longer stream than today. So get sleep, get rested, and design with me. It'll be so good. And then after that, I will be doing one more stream about accessibility. Okay. Yes, Goal Hack Week will be up the whole time. You're up the whole time anyway. I don't know what you're talking about. But okay, great. All right. So many OSDs. Oh, and also sorry, I'm not NGOs, or I can Google it. I'm sorry. I guess I use NPO, but NGO is probably the same thing. Okay, yeah, nonprofit organization. Yeah. Okay, yes. Open source developers. Okay. Open source developers are working on no profit concept designs, but is there any solution for direct design to code, just like HTML2 design plugin or something like that? Oh yeah, that's a great question. Yes, so I think Figma definitely has plugins for that, where it turns like your design into HTML code. You still, I think, need, or I guess, I hope if this isn't what you're asking, let me know. This is how I'm understanding the question. I know that you still need, like, if you do want to turn a design to an HTML, like you will sort of like you still need like that like skill set of knowing exactly what tags are, what CSS is, things like that. But direct design to code, just like to design plugin. But yeah, there's definitely a plugin on Figma that did that. I definitely, when I was designing and I was like, I need a base for something, I would use the plugin. Let me know. You can reach out to me on Discord if you can't find it. I think I still remember what it was called back when I used like that particular one, and it would turn it into HTML. Great designers just need it badly. Yeah, no, I feel that. No, and I'm so glad designers are coming on to tech streams. It's amazing, and there's gonna be, I think, let me check the calendar. If you haven't already, at the Global Hack Week calendar, your calendar will look insane because there's everything happening basically every 24 hours, or yeah, all 24 hours for the whole entire week. So your calendar will look hectic like mine, but that's okay. Right after my stream is going to be making an accessible website. So I believe that'll show you some HTML, CSS. So definitely check that out too if you just want to learn basics. And MLHers are always, everyone's dying for questions. Please ask us questions. Like, we want to explain everything as much as possible. Definitely the outcome of the stream will be in my portfolio. Yes, I'm excited. I think it's portfolio worthy. It's on my portfolio too. So I'm glad. Yes. I know her and Liz girls together. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, so we're doing a little collab, so it's gonna be fun and exciting. So check that out. Y'all don't want saturated red and solid blue. No, please no. Those like really bad. Get a designer, please. They're also all dying for work as well. They give them work to do. They want to design. I want to design too. Yes, okay. Oh, not full screen, but yeah. Yeah, no. I'm super excited for the upcoming streams. Tomorrow's gonna be just an hour if you're watching it in 24 hours, and then an hour from. So in 25 hours, I'm doing designing and building an accessible website in Figma. Designing, yeah. And then right after that is gonna be implementing the web app with, I believe, with, just so everyone's aware. Yes, Swift mobile app. Okay. Hard time finding teammates who know stuff. Yeah, no, it's definitely a struggle for sure. Especially for those of you new to the hackathon space. It's definitely like you want to be able to build something quick and amazing. But it's not going to be. You only have a certain amount of time, and sometimes you don't get to reach what you want to do. 4:30 a.m. No, go to sleep. Sleep during the day. No, I'm just kidding. Get your sleep. Everyone have a good sleep schedule. But yeah, no, everything is gonna be available after. So it's okay. I'm in for some great designs and hard coding assistance. Yeah, no, it's great. The whole like developer and designer sort of dynamic is wonderful. All right, I'm gonna be heading out soon, y'all. But it was great talking to everyone. Again, don't hesitate to message me. Please message me. I love talking about all these things. And if there's anything that you need help with, for example, finding nonprofits. If you're interested in finding nonprofits to work with, we have a list of websites where you can go ahead and access those or see which nonprofits to contact. So there's that. Also, I know that if many of you are based in India, I want to share the nonprofit that Hacker Pact UAC is currently working with. And it's really great. And I think you guys will like this one. One second. I'm trying to find it. Yes, okay, found it. They have a beautiful and amazing website. So they're Meraki Foundation, and we are currently working with them to create solutions for low-income communities in India to just like provide more resources and also make sure that they're not in dangerous spaces in their education and just helping education in general. So that's what we're working with currently. And again, super impactful. Like we're working with the Indian government to like see what sort of things we can do in our tool that we're building for them. But yeah, just as a FYI, it's great. It's amazing. It is. I agree. It's so cool. But yeah, that's also, again, like we wouldn't have found that if we just didn't reach out an email. We are literally working with them and doing all the stuff because just a cold email. That's all it took. And it's so great. And the leaders of that nonprofit have been so generous, and it's wonderful. Any of the same for Nigeria? I don't believe that we've worked with Nigerian nonprofits in the past. Maybe we have. But if you just sort of like try to find them on Google. That's also like it's just like locating them, and so many deep buried nonprofits that you have probably never heard of are gonna pop up. One of our teams is codename Rocky. It's so catch, and the team is really close to me. That's awesome. Wait, that's so cool. Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's great. I want to say make a poster saying a design a day keeps you bored away. I'll keep calm. Aw, yeah, agreed. Yeah, no, Rocky's wonderful. Do we get paid for working with the nonprofits? So if you're talking about, so as a nonprofit ourselves, Hack for Impact, we, the organization, do get some compensation just because we, like, as we're all students and we're part of this official chapter, we are trying to provide like the best resources, and that means providing amenities for the developers like us. So we do charge a small fee, and we never look like, or like if a nonprofit's like, we're not able to pay this, we don't usually like push them away. Like there's always some sort of workaround. Our fee isn't very strict. But if you're just an individual wanting to reach out to a nonprofit, I think that it can be something that if you have the work to show it and you feel like you could be compensated, then that's something else. But that's definitely your choice if you want to like ask for compensation or something like that. But at the same time, you can also just offer, like if you're working on projects anyway, like why not make it impactful? Oh no, yeah, it's great, it's amazing, and I'm so glad that there are people out there that are going to be, like super happy about the project that we work on. And I'll definitely, if anyone wants updates, we usually have a product showcase of the projects that we do, so you're able to see and ask questions for the developers on the Hack for Impact UAUC team who are currently working on it. But yeah, no, it's been great. But yeah, I am so excited. Again, if there's anything else, come talk to me, come message me. It's great over here. And I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. There's some chill time before the next stream, or don't go to sleep. Some of us need that. And yeah, I hope everyone's day or night goes well, and that tomorrow's even better. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching and staying. I had a great time. Bye, everyone. I'm slowly to hear you. I'm just waiting for your design stream and see some really good design resources. Tomorrow, exciting. Show up. Bye.